So I've got some chopped bacon here that I'm going to saute, and I'm going to chop some onion. Now, when I made this originally, I had some scallions, and I added some of those, but I don't have any of those today, and I don't want to make a trip to the store, so I'm just going to use some white onion instead. So I'm just going to chop that. And I just love the red onion. So I'm just going to add some of that for color and flavor. Now I hope I can duplicate what I did yesterday, because I just, I just tried something different that I had never tried before, and it was delicious. I didn't know how really good cauliflower was. Okay, so I've got that, and a few chives. And the chives added some color to the dish, a little interest there. I just love these chives. I'm growing in my, actually these I'm growing in a pot right there by my back door. And the more I chop them, the more they grow. So if you're not growing your own herbs, you might want to consider doing that. It's really wonderful. And I always like to start, to add a little oil or something to the skillet when I'm frying bacon. Although it makes its own oil or grease. And you can also spray your pan, with something like Pam. I suppose that's the healthiest thing to do. So I'm just going to fry that. If you're not into the butter, you'll have to substitute that for something else. Perhaps olive oil, which is wonderful also. So if you can use the butter, try it with the butter. And I'm going to fry the bacon until it's crispy. So the bacon is looking good here now. It's nice and brown. I'm going to turn the fire off there for a minute. And I'm going to remove the bacon and set it aside. So there we have the bacon, all nice and brown and crispy. And we're just going to set that aside. I've poured off most of the grease. There's only, just a few drops left in there. And I'm going to add some more butter to the pan. And I'm going to turn the heat on medium. Now, I didn't measure the butter, so I don't know, that might have been a tablespoon or two that I just put in here. So I didn't really measure anything. As you can see, I have not given you any measurements. So it really depends on, I guess, how much cauliflower you want to cook. But I don't know, maybe I'm using about a 1/4 cup of white onion and maybe the same or a little less of the red onion. So I'm just going to saute that for a little bit. And while that's happening, what I'm going to do is chop my cauliflower. Now what I'm going to do is chop the cauliflower. And I'm just going to chop it, you know, in small pieces. Now this is how I did it, but if you want to, you know, bigger chunks, that's up to you. But I found this to be quite good, this size. So here we are. We have the cauliflower all ready to throw in the cauliflower. So I'm just going to dump that in there. Stir things up. And I'm going to add some more butter. That's about a tablespoon there. Let's see if that's enough. Because I want things to be coated nicely here with the butter. I'm going to add another tablespoon of butter. And that should do it. So as I said, I used lots of butter, you know, and if you don't want to use the butter, you can use olive oil or canola oil, you know. And I suppose if you really can't have any of that, that you could just put a little liquid, maybe chicken broth or water in here and you know, just steam this stuff down. And then maybe add in your bacon last, because that's the last thing. The bacon and the chives I will add last. So I'm just going to let that, you know, cook a little bit and toss it, you know. frequently and until the cauliflower is tender, which doesn't take long at all. You know, maybe, I don't know, maybe once this heats up again really good, maybe 5 minutes or something, you know, it really and truly, it depends on how you want your cauliflower. I kind of like mine to have a little crunch, you know. It doesn't have to be, you know, cooked mushy, you know. So, I recommend just cooking the cauliflower to your taste, you know, however you like it. You might like it just like it is now. Which would be pretty crunchy. I'm going to go ahead and add a little salt and pepper now. You know, and that is entirely up to your taste. You know, and if you don't eat salt, don't add the salt. Because it is going to have bacon in it also, so don't put too much salt in it, you know. Wait until after you put your bacon, you know, to really know if you want to add more. So I just put a little there, probably not even a, maybe that was maybe a fourth of a, if that much, teaspoon of salt. But boy, that cauliflower is good, I tell you. I didn't know how darn good it was, because I always steam my cauliflower. You know, I've never sauteed it, but it is delicious. Ah, that's looking good. Whew. That is good. I'm going to add the bacon. That looks good. That really does look like it did yesterday. This is it, man. And I'm going to dump the chives in there. That gives it a little green color. Adds a little interest to the dish. Oh man, you can't beat this. This is delicious. Oh, I'm going to call my husband and tell him he needs to come home. He's out and about this morning. And I'm going to tell him that he needs to get here quick, fast, in a hurry before I eat all of this good stuff up. Ah, that's good stuff, man. Enjoy. I am.